Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz. Glad to be with you for a fourth season of In the Paint here on CBSSports.com. This year, individual teams all on demand right at your fingertips. Today, we're talking about Georgetown, and of course, as we have every year, we bring in Bill Raftery, the voice of CBS College Basketball. Glad to have you, Bill. Let's talk about Georgetown. You saw them on Monday. What's the difference between the Hoyas and maybe the best team in the nation, certainly the team at the top of the Big East, that being Pittsburgh?
I would say the bench. I would suggest that they're not sure, they're not confident. Jason Clark's given them good minutes. Vaughn has got that ability, but he hasn't been able to step up. And as the year progresses, they're going to have to widen that. Get some guys with some energy to come in and contribute. It's really been a problem. Monroe goes out, they really drop down. We know Dewan Summers is an outstanding talent. He had some foul problems the other night. Now, who do you go to? You play smaller. Wata comes in. Omar is a terrific three-point shooter, although at 27%, that number is deceiving. But this is a team that has to get a little deeper in the bench so that they can change defenses and make it a little more difficult for the opponent. But, you know, if everybody's in the game, no foul problems, they do have some answers.
Bill, we're talking about Georgetown here on January 7th, and they're in the midst of a schedule that, let's be honest, you wouldn't play this schedule in the NCAA tournament. When you talk about Georgetown and you look at this schedule, what do we really find out about this team when they're done with it 2 weeks from now?
Don't look forward, I think, is the first thing you might say. JT3 is saying to his team, please relax. We got one at a time. And I think the key ingredient for all coaches this year in this conference is don't let one beget another. You know, if you play really well and win a game, you know, put that aside. If you play poorly or, in a sense, play competitively and lose, don't let that hurt you the next night out. I think that's what all the coaches are talking about. And the one thing about the schedule, I think everybody in the Big East, you can put 5 or 6 opponents up and you go, oh my goodness, look at who they have to play. So I think the key ingredient is maintaining confidence in your ability and hanging tough. I mean, that's an old cliche, but I think you really do have to have kids who support one another, reach back, cover. All that trust that coaches try to instill has to surface if you're going to be successful in this conference. And Georgetown, like many, though, they really have had a tough run coming out of the gate.
Yeah, agreed with that. You beat UCONN and then you lose to Pitt and Notre Dame. There you go. And you know, the blessing and the curse of the Big East, you get a chance, you lose it right back. Bill Raftery, thank you very much, sir. We'll talk to you all throughout the college basketball season.
All right, Chase, thank you.
All right, folks, for more on Georgetown or any other team here in college basketball, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com. For Bill Raftery, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.